everyone, it's Gina K from Gina K Designs and welcome to Stamp and Chat. I'm so happy to have all of you here this evening. I can see comments from people from all over the country and all over the world, and it's so exciting to be here. Well, I just first have to start by saying thank you guys all so much for your outpouring of love. As many of you know, over the weekend, our little Teddy crossed the Rainbow Bridge, and it was sad. It was very hard. Tom and I had a very hard weekend. But one of the things that is a bright spot for us is all of you. You reached out and your outpouring of love really got us through the weekend. And I'm sure that we're going to have a hard month. We're going to have it's never going to be the same. It's a new normal, right? Whenever you lose someone that you love. And Teddy was certainly someone that we loved. Will Rogers said that if there are no dogs in heaven, then when I die, I want to go where they went. And that is so true. But I do believe that my mom and dad met Teddy at the bottom of that Rainbow Bridge and brought her into their arms, and they're all together. And I will see them all again soon. Hopefully not that soon, though, because I want to spend a lot more time here. I have a special guest with me tonight, and I'm going to bring her on, and she's got a special guest with her. So let's bring them on.
The only two guests welcome in the studio during quarantine.
Yeah, it's Rina K, and sweet little Mishi. And Mishi was so sweet. He always came in the house where we do our videos, and he would run around and kind of torment Teddy a little bit.
Yeah,
like a little kid torments the grandparents,
He just had a lot of energy, and she just didn't, and he just knew how to piss her off. So they had a lot of fun together, and he made her feel a lot younger, I think.
He did,
because
he kept her going.
She would sometimes not want to eat, but he likes to eat everything. So when we put the food down, she would eat her food real quick because she didn't want him to eat it. So yeah, it's all good.
Yep. So Mishi is here, and I get my fill of puppy whenever I need him. So,
but I have to deal with the poopies now.
That's right. That's right. It's all you now. I love dogs, and there's only one fault that I find with dogs, and that is that they don't live long enough. That's the only fault with a dog, is that they don't live long enough. But anyway, I am so excited to have you here tonight because we're going to do something that I think you're all going to really enjoy. Now, a lot of us have layered stamps, and sometimes when you're in the mood for that layered look, but you don't feel like going through the struggle of trying to line up layers.
Yes.
So Rina and I came up with some ideas here, and we're going to show you how to create the look of layered stamps using just plain old solid stamps.
Plain old stamps.
Plain old stamps. So the sets that we're going to use, we have a couple different sets here. One of them, which is one of my favorites, is the Watercolor Flowers stamp set. And also another one, this one's not in stock, but you can go in and click the Notify Me button. This is the layered Daisies set. So we're going to use both of these tonight to show you how to create this look. Now, one thing, just a little housekeeping. If you've been on our website and you've clicked the Notify Me button for any products prior to maybe last Wednesday or Thursday, you may have noticed that we had a lot of problems with the Notify Me button. Well, our new website company switched that app, and we have a brand new Notify Me app. The good news is it works really well. The bad news is it cleared out all the Notify Me's. So if you were waiting for any products, you can go back now to the website and re-click those Notify Me buttons to make sure that you're notified when they come back in stock.
For sure.
Good housekeeping. Now, another thing I want to show you, look at my hair. I don't know if you can see it, but my personal hairstylist gave me some red highlights.
Yes, I did. I had to make a special mix. You guys should have seen that. Actually, you shouldn't have. I put toner on her hair after I did highlights, and they were about as pink as the edge of the Misty.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to explain this to her?
And I could see it on her hands. It was like passionate pink. And I was like, oh, I really wanted this to be kind of coppery and just
subtle,
kind of like natural.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, she's like, how does it look? I was like, well, it's warm. And I washed it out, and it turned out normal. And I gave it a little snip. I didn't cut my fingers. I didn't burn her. I didn't make her
Yes.
lose any hair. So
So I don't know if I get my head under this light, if you can see. There you go. You see all the highlights? I love it. I'm so happy. She also did my nails, so we're ready to go.
yes,
I am styling.
I did mine today too.
All right. So we're not going to be
we're
offensive.
showered. We smell good, even though they can't smell us. But
Apparently
it's a
your
good
dad
practice.
thinks they can because he
Well,
put cologne on right before the
I do
last
that
live.
too. I put extra deodorant on just because I get sweaty when I'm working on stuff. Like when I was working on your hair, I was just like
Yes.
so anxious, dropping combs out of my hands and everything. But we did it.
But you smelled great.
I smelled great. That's
So you
all
have a
that matters.
special shout out tonight.
Oh, yes. I have to give a shout out to Abby from New York. I understand that you're watching this and that you watch all the lives, and I'm very happy to hear that you're stamping with your grandma.
Yep.
Grandma, yes.
Yeah.
So you guys have fun tonight. I hope you guys get some inspiration from us, and I'm very happy you support me and watch me.
Yeah. And if anybody else, maybe under 21, maybe under 10.
Yeah.
If anybody else is watching Rina, make sure you let us know, because Rina would love to do a shout out to any of those young budding stampers out there.
Yes, we have to be known that we like to stamp.
And somebody asked if you lived with us. And no, Rina doesn't live with us. She lives with my other daughter, her sister, Alicia. They live in a condo not too far from us. So they're there, we're here, but we've been quarantining together throughout the whole quarantine. So we feel like
we were working on the orders
Yeah.
when it was the real quarantine. So
when Wisconsin was shut
this
down.
is the OG quarantine squad.
That's right. Okay, so if you want to flip over to the overhead, Tom. Okay, so we have both Misties here. We have your Misty and, oh, do you know what just came into our store too? We didn't put it online yet, but the new Misty, the new version of the Misty just hit our store. So
I'd also like to announce that my mother is finally going to be supplying me with a regular set of ink pads.
yes, I
So
have
I will be official.
yes, since I have my set here, she's going to have the set from work that we used in that studio.
Yes.
So, all right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a layered look using these different stamp sets. So I'm going to off camera. Which one do you want to do?
The pink one.
Okay. So Rina is going to use the layered Daisies stamp set.
I remember this stamp set where it is in the warehouse. I remember when I was on my scooter flying around the corners that I'd almost always hit one of the like where all the cardstock is, the big metal shelf. I hit my knee on that a few times getting these sets, but it was worth it because
it's a popular one.
Yeah.
So the layered Daisy set actually is a 2-step or 3-step stamp, but you're only going to use one of the images. So you're going to use this image for this.
This one?
Yep. And this is also 2-step stamping in that the flowers are separate from the stems, but I'm only going to use one flower from this set, if that makes sense. Okay. So I want to make sure before I do this one that I have enough room there for the stem, and I do. All right, so I'm going to place my stamp there, and then you can put yours kind of in the middle, but you're going to flip it over because that flower actually goes that way. Yeah. So I would start that right in the middle because you're going to actually do a row of them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, what did I get on your card?
I think I did that.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah.
Oh, no. What's all over your...
Sorry, I'm dirty.
Oh, gosh.
I don't live at home.
We got to cut you a new piece here.
Yeah.
You can't
Folks,
have that.
clean your misties.
Yeah. Rina doesn't use a Misty mouse pad. See?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah, it's just dirty.
No, like the mouse pad.
Oh,
Like this,
okay.
not the black
I
pad.
thought this was that.
Yeah? Does that have any ink on it? All right.
I'm doing my best.
Okay. So you want to go right in the middle there.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I would turn it maybe a little bit to one side or the other.
How about that?
Yeah. Or like even like that.
All right.
Okay. And let's just make sure that your stem is going to have room because there's your stem and you want it to go off the cardstock.
Oh, okay. So I'll put it a little bit there.
Okay. All right. So Mishi. Okay. Mishi. So I'm going to pick this up with the lid of the Misty. And then Rina is going to pick hers up. Sorry, we have these little windows by our door, and Mishi can look out because he's really short, but he can see out those side windows, and he must have seen somebody. So, okay.
Just a person enjoying their day.
All right. So now I'm going to pull this down. You can pull yours down too. It's a little bit hard to see. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on mine to show this, if that's okay. So let's see if I can zoom in here real close. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. Sorry for the chandelier in there. Look at the chandelier. Come on.
You have 4 light bulbs in there.
I know. Let me see if I can do it this way, if that's better. Oh, so much glare from the lights and the ring light. Well, sorry about that, but you'll get the idea of what I'm doing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up this stamp with yellow first, okay? And then I'm going to stamp it. Make sure that that cardstock is right. Sorry. Make sure that cardstock is right in the corner. Can you remove that comment, Tom, so they can see down here? Right in the corner down here. And then you can put that one back up. Sorry. Okay. And then if you want it a little bit darker, you can stamp it a second time. I think I am going to zoom out because I can't move too much this way. So let's see. All right. Everything takes a while tonight. Sorry about that, guys. Okay.
Patience is a virtue.
Yes. I think one of my lives was about patience, actually, not that long ago.
I watched that one.
And I said patience is a virtue, and here I am, not patient. So I'm going to stamp that a second time with the yellow just to make sure I've got it nice and bright. Okay. So now I'm going to take my tidy towel, and I'm going to clean the stamp. And now I'm going to, let's see if we can do this. Sorry about the glare, but hopefully you can see that stamp in there.
Should I just leave this live?
No, you're going to do yours in a second.
All right.
Okay, so let's try to get rid of this glare. There we go, so it's not so offensive. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take another color, and I'm going to, just on an angle, try to hit the little edges of some of these petals.
So you're holding the ink pad at about a 45-degree angle and just making some lines on it.
Right. Okay.
Interesting.
Then I'm going to take my tidy towel and I'm just going to remove the ink from the center. And then I'm going to stamp that. Make sure that's in the right spot. Okay. So now you can see.
Ooh, I like that.
I've given it the look of a second layer. So just parts of those petals are highlighted. All right. So now I'm going to clean that.
Mishi, you're getting so heavy.
And then I'm going to use warm cocoa, and I'm going to do the warm cocoa just on the center of that flower. I'm going to take the tidy towel and I'm just going to clean up the excess around there. And then I'm going to stamp that. Make sure it's in the right spot and stamp that. Now it looks like 3 separate stamps. Isn't that kind of cool?
Very cool.
So that's my first one. Now let's do yours, Rina.
All right.
All right. So you can put Mishi down.
I guess I have to.
You have to.
What's that stamp section?
This is called Watercolor Flowers. All right.
Okay, excuse me.
Yes, let me move out of the way here. Okay, so for Rina's, now Rina, what you're going to do is you are going to ink yours up with Dusty Rose. Is that Dusty Rose?
Yes.
Okay.
So
you're
the
gonna
whole thing?
The whole thing, yeah. Stamp it up with Dusty Rose. Make sure your card is in place.
Tis.
All right. And then, hide that little thing. Okay, the ring. I'm trying to hide the glare. Yeah. And then let's move you out of the glare. There we go. Okay. We got to fix this glare issue, Tom. We need a new lighting. All right. So can you get on that right now?
Glow so can you be our light source?
Okay. Now we're going to use Passionate Pink. And then you're gonna like hit it on an angle just a little bit on the sides and a little on the bottom and again on the sides. Yeah, like that. Good. Okay. Now you're gonna stamp that.
Is there a full collection of the full-size ink pads available yet?
It should be available at the end of August. Okay, so show them how cool that looks. Isn't that beautiful? I love the way that looks.
Little detail.
Yeah. Okay, so now you're going to clean that stamp. And then you're going to use the Tangerine
Twist.
For
sure.
And I would do it more at the top.
I'm going to put it
in the middle a little bit. Yeah.
What paper is that?
It's our 80-pound white.
Oh, this one's going to be cool.
Oh yeah, that looks beautiful. See how pretty those three colors look together? Dusty Rose is a very orangey pink. And then Passionate Pink is a more true bright pink. And then Tangerine Twist is orange. So that Dusty Rose ties it all in together. Mm-hmm. That is beautiful.
That looks really cool.
Isn't
I do like
fun?
how that looks.
Yeah.
And that was super easy.
Really
Just leave
easy.
the stamp in the same spot.
Well, and that's the thing. You're leaving the stamp in the same spot. Now you can clean the stamp. And you can now move it to the next spot that you want to do your next flower.
I just moved it accidentally.
Yeah. Right? So, I mean, you could do it any way that works. Just make sure it's dryish.
What do you use 80-pound versus 120?
So I use 120-pound for two things. If I'm doing a single layer card, I use 120-pound because I'm not adding any layers, so I want it to be nice and thick. I also use the 120-pound if I am making a white card base because I want my card base to be nice and thick. I use the 80-pound whenever I'm doing something layering or I'm going to die cut the white. The actual cardstock itself is the same exact cardstock. It's just the weight is different. So the color matches, the texture matches. It's the smoothest cardstock you're ever going to find. And that looks good. I love that.
It's so fun to play with. You can play with how light you want them. You can like brush them on there.
Aw. Thank you, Zell. That's a nice comment. Oh, my grandsons, 5 and 7, love to stamp with me in the Netherlands. Oh, that's so nice. What are their names? I have to do a shout out.
For sure. Yes, that's what I like to hear, Dana.
Oh.
I don't know why I just started saying that. It's just like...
What, for sure?
For sure,
Oh.
yeah. It's just something that was birthed during the coronavirus shutdown, and now I can't say it. Now I think everyone says for sure, but like...
But the way you
I
say
repeat it after everyone says it, so they think about me. I don't know. It's just I'm conditioning people to say it. So I'm glad to hear it's working. Should I do more?
Yeah, do more.
For sure.
So, so you're gonna do like 5. You're gonna actually make the last 2 go off the page. So
I got you.
yeah,
Put that one.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Mm-hmm. I love it. And so you can find a lot of really pretty color combinations. So this one is a really nice combination, Dusty Rose, Tangerine Twist, and Passionate Pink. But also think about the aquas and the teals. So you can do sea glass, and you can do turquoise sea, and then tranquil teal.
Maybe the Electropop ink.
Add some Electropop. I think the Electropop pink would have been really pretty in here.
It would have been, wouldn't it?
Yeah, sorry.
It's fine.
For sure.
For sure. Sorry, that was probably really loud.
Yeah,
Headphone
I think-
users beware.
I think Dad's ear just exploded because he's got headphones in.
Sorry, I'll tone it back. Might be, guys.
What yellow did you use, Rina?
The yellow was,
Oh,
me. That was, I'm going to finish my card when Rina's done. I used Wild Dandelion for the yellow, and then I used Tangerine Twist, and I used Warm Cocoa for the center of that cone flower. So here's why your Misty gets
Gross.
gross. because you don't have a mouse pad or you don't have a piece of paper under there, but that's okay. I love your free spirit.
Can
I
you
do
use
too.
markers instead of ink pens?
You definitely can, as long as they're water-based markers. Water-based markers would work really nicely for this technique. And I do have a video on that, and I think it's called precision marker technique, where I actually use markers for those other layers of the same flower. Boy, that just looks great.
And layering is 80.
Layering is 80, and the base weight is 120. So if you're making a card base, go with the 120. If you're making a single layer card, go with the 120. If you're just using it for a panel that's going to be adhered to your card with tape, then by all means use the 80.
So I'm just flipping this to the corner. I was going to move it over here, but then I figured that no one wants to watch that.
That struggle.
That struggle happen.
Yeah, make sure you get it in there because you want to get a stem on it.
I got the note
Yeah,
in there.
good. Okay.
The tidy towel is just wet with water.
Correct.
Yes. The tidy towel is wet with water. One little trick for the tidy towel is make sure that it's wet enough, though, because I know some people sometimes don't wet it enough. And if you don't wet it enough, it can actually cause some damage to it and it can crumble a little bit. You want to make sure it's wet enough. If it's too dry, then you actually kind of chew it up with the stamp.
Me, she chews up my tidy towels.
Oh, I bet that feels good. I bet he likes that
Yeah.
feeling. All right.
All right, so I think I'm done.
Yes.
Just need to correctly put the lids on these ink pads. Have you ever lidded one wrong
Yes.
and then reach for wild dandelion and get something very different?
Not wild dandelion. All right, so let me finish my flowers now, and then we'll do stems.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to finish my flowers here. And I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see the flowers a little bit closer coming to life here. Okay, so here's your flower from your stamp set. I'm going to use that same flower if I can find it. I'm going to put one here. Like this. So I'm going to ink that with the wild dandelion, which is this one right here. I'm going to ink it up first. And the only thing that's a little bit time consuming is you have to do each part of the flower before you move on to the next flower. So you can't do all the yellows first and then all the oranges because you don't want to move that flower off of the Misty. So now I'm going to cover my ring there. I'm going to use the Tangerine. I hope Rina put the right lid on. And then again, I'm just kind of add a little bit there. Woo! That was almost a problem. So you can see that. And it's really cool because this is kind of how the, multi-layered stamps look. They've got that kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like a wispy look about it.
I think they look very watercolored.
Yes, they definitely do. And I'm just cleaning off. I know you probably can't see that part. Oh, maybe you can. All right, make sure that's in tight. And there we go. Isn't that neat? I'm going to do one more here. Let's see. Let's do this one down here. Okay. So I'm just cascading 3 going down. And I'm doing the wild dandelion first. And even these flowers by themselves are really pretty. And especially silhouette flowers, they can be stamped with black and it's so striking, especially over rainbow backgrounds. So that's one of the reasons I love these kinds of stamps is because there's so many techniques you can do with them.
Sometimes it's hard to find a lot of uses for our stamps that aren't as easy to color in with coloring tools. So it's cool to just be able to add a lot of color.
For sure. For sure. For sure. Okay. And then I almost went off the screen there. And then again, I'm going to use a little bit of, boy, that really bothers me, that ring light. I know, probably doesn't bother you guys, and you probably are like, don't even focus on it. But
No, it's not bothering them. Well, somebody suggested putting a piece of cardstock on the front of the Misty.
oh, that's a great idea. See, telling you, man.
Well, it still probably will be reflective.
Maybe.
But if it's white, it may not.
Well, we'll try a bunch of things off camera. Here we go. All right. So now I'm going to do my stems next. So I'm going to move this up high onto the Misty.
Oh no, Fern! What happened?
What happened to Fern or hamburger
I'm
buns?
sorry about your buns.
Sorry, Fern.
Your buns are in our thoughts.
All right, so I'm gonna start with this. I'm gonna have this one kind of go this way. Let me just see if the other one works. See, I don't think the other one's gonna reach, but if it does, it would be cool. Oh, it does. I'm gonna use this one. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one first. Now this, you'll see how kind of easy this is to ink up. There we go. So I'm going to use jelly bean green to start. And this, to me, this really looks like two-step stamping or, you know, multi-layered stamping. So, okay, I'm going to do that one first. Okay. And then I'm going to go back onto that with fresh asparagus, which is a really nice dark green. And I'm going to clean the stamp. And then I'm just going to hit the edges of the petals, of the leaves, sorry. Okay. This is so cool. I love this look. Yes, look at that.
I love that.
Isn't that pretty? Let me get that close to the
It's
camera
good.
here.
Remember to do your lightest color first.
Yeah.
Too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So just those two colors alone look great. You could add a third if you want, but I'm not going to because I feel like that's what it would look like if it was a layered stamp. Now, what's nice about stems is they can overlap because that's what they do in real life. So we can do this one same way. Let's see here. Trying to get a grip on how we're doing with time, but we're doing fine with time. Is Dad sharing comments?
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go. There's the light green.
Do you know that asparagus can grow really tall if you just let it grow?
You mean like a stalk of asparagus?
Yeah, it can grow.
Asparagus?
Asparagus. Asparagus.
While you're starting.
Yeah. No, I saw a picture last night on Twitter. They can grow like scary tall.
Really? I did not know that.
The stamp set name one more time.
This one is called Watercolor Flowers.
I remember scootering around to get this one too.
So there. It's such a pretty stamp set. And this one is a little bit of a smaller stamp set, so it's not the real big one, which is nice. Okay, and then this I can put, should I just do that here? I think here would be good. Yeah.
It's your world.
It's my world.
Just living in it.
That's what I used to say about you when you were little.
Oh, how the turntables.
That's right.
I know that was wrong.
Oh,
What are
was
the
good.
greens on the leaves?
So the greens I use, the first one is, this is the jelly bean green. And then the darker one is the fresh asparagus. All right, so let's see how good I can be on this. I feel like even though I know they're all not gonna stamp, I still have to do them all because the one I don't do is gonna be the one that
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's that's right. There you go. So there is my little garden there, my little layered stamp garden. That's not a layered stamp at all. All right, you want to use this, Misty?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Since mine's a little filthy. This is the stem.
Yep,
okay,
that's
so
the stem.
I have this little stem down here I'm going to use. Look how inky my hands are already.
I'm getting you a fresh, tidy towel.
Thanks.
Here we go.
Yeah, let
Fresh.
me wipe myself.
Or older, Rina or Alicia?
Me, Gina. What happened there?
I'm dirty.
Oh my gosh. Look at that. Alicia is older. Oh, my phone is playing now.
All right.
Heck. Okay, so Alicia is older. Rina and Alicia are 2.5 years apart.
And Rina has her own YouTube channel, right?
Yes, she
I
does.
So cleverly named Gina K Designs.
Mishi just expressed his
Yeah.
opinion of that. All right.
I can't pick this up.
Nice. Okay, and then you can just add a little bit just somewhere in the... Yeah. Somewhere on the top. There you go. All right. So the less green that you have, you know, the harder it is to get a lot of contrast out of it, but those flowers have so much contrast. I just love it.
I think putting the orange third was the best move because then it really blends with the pink.
It does.
and
It
the-
actually looks blended, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks super blended.
That's one of the properties of our ink, though. If you've never tried Gina K Designs ink, I highly recommend it because if you have any trouble ink blending, this ink, I hate to say this because it sounds so corny, but it blends itself, doesn't it?
For sure.
It's just, you blend and it kind of looks a little blotchy at first, but then there's a smoothing agent in our ink. And once the ink kind of dries, it just dries like an airbrushed finish. It's really very beautiful. And if you watch any of our ink blending videos, you can actually see that unfold.
It's a lot like doing hair. At first, it has to get worse before it gets better, which is what I had to remind myself.
When you were doing mine?
Yep. It's like, now, wait a minute. Don't panic yet.
I could kind of tell your tone changed when you were putting the toner on my hair.
Well,
I was
yeah.
like, how are you doing? And I could just feel the stress.
I was like, well, you know, it's a look.
But it turned out great. I love that. That's
I
really
love that
pretty.
for you.
All right.
What colors did you use, Rina?
I used Dusty Rose, then Passionate Pink, and then Tangerine Twist.
So what special design project does Alicia have in the works?
Ho ho!
Oh boy. So we have a new kit debuting in August. It's actually, our release is going to be August 13th. So mark your calendar. And in this kit, there are 3 stamp sets. And one stamp set was hand-drawn by Alicia. One stamp set was hand-drawn by Rina.
Hey.
And one is a Gina K Design stamp set. So we've got...
Boo! I'm just kidding.
Hey! So we've got all 3 of us in this one kit coming up. And we're really excited about it.
I think you guys will really like this set.
And it's different.
very different.
Different from our other kits, which is good because you can't just keep buying the same kind of stamps over and over and over again.
No.
And we have lots of ideas. And I believe Alicia and Rina have some videos in the works.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you hold that up close a little?
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess.
that is gorgeous. I love that. Really pretty.
Thanks.
All right. So I think I'm going to add a greeting to my card now.
Okay, let me just.
Yeah. You're making me nervous.
Okay, I'll just move.
I'm worried about your
I am too.
your inky
Yeah,
fingers.
I'm gonna go wash my hands.
Okay. So is this the tidy towel I gave you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going
For
to
sure.
wipe my hands. And now, so let me show you this whole stamp set, what's in this set. This is the, what is this called? Watercolor Flowers, right? Okay, so I'm going to use this greeting, "You Make My Heart Smile." I think that's just such a nice greeting for just about anything or anyone. I love it. So I'm going to use that, but it's also got a nice thank you greeting. And you can see it's got some other flowers and some other little leaves. And there is also a coordinating die set for this stamp set. So you can, of course, cut all of these out and make bouquets and things like that as well. It's also a great stamp set for stamping in black over rainbow and other kinds of backgrounds. So it's a good one, and it's not a big one. So that's fun. Okay, so I'm going to put You Make My Heart Smile right here. Let me see if I've got that lined up properly.
Rina has re-entered the chat.
Yay! So I'm going to stamp this in black onyx. And I have
Cheryl wants to know if I can draw too.
That'd probably be a question for you then.
I can draw flies.
Does that answer your question?
Tom can draw flies. Actually, I've seen Tom draw, and he can draw, but he is definitely more musical.
I love his cartoons.
He does really funny
He
cartoon
really likes
drawings.
to take magazines and black out some of the teeth when people are smiling in pictures.
He brought a magazine home one time from the dentist. It was an informational magazine about like a procedure.
Invisalign or something.
And then he blacked out certain teeth and the smiling cartoon people.
Gave some thought bubbles.
Yes.
So if you want a set like that, we know just the guy.
We know the guy. So there is my finished panel. And yes, you can definitely use a marker, like a good marker to use, or like these kinds of markers. As I drop it, the Tombow markers or the Zig clean color markers. Now remember, some markers will stain your stamps, even though they're water-based, but it doesn't ruin the stamp because you can clean it, but it will still have a little bit of a stain. But you know what? I mean, I was looking at some of the stamps in this set. You can see how many times I've used pink on this, that it's just kind of stained it after a while. It does that. A stained stamp is a loved stamp.
Correct. For sure.
Okay, so instead of using one of these greetings, why don't you use one of these? I love this set. This is the Scripty Sayings 2. What do you think of that?
I think that's a great idea.
So you want to use Thinking of You?
I guess.
Because it's a good all occasion, generic.
Mm-hmm.
Always thinking of somebody.
I'll be receiving this for my birthday in a few weeks.
This year, I promise I will send you a birthday card.
That's a good idea. I wish there were sentiments with we instead of I. Trying to make a birthday card for my husband and me, but the sentiments don't work.
Well,
we're gonna have to add some.
We could add some we sentiments. I noticed that most of our sentiments, other than you make me smile and things like that, most of them are more just generic, like happy birthday. So it could be from multiple people, or it could be just from one person, but I get what you're saying. So maybe we have to come up with a stamp set that has maybe the greeting and then an optional we or I that you can
like
add.
multi-step greetings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Does that sound like a good plan?
I saw a comment. I think there should be one called Tom Sayings.
Oh,
and just
yeah. Well, yeah.
Tom Sayings, the best ones.
Tom Sayings. I don't smell anything.
No, sorry.
What were some of the other sayings you were thinking of, Tom?
Are you going to finish that?
I didn't know.
Yeah, right. I forgot. Okay, so now here is a black piece for you, and I need one too.
Right here.
Thank you. And then I pre-cut a passionate pink card base for you.
Love that.
And for me, I did wild dandelion.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll layer mine first.
Okay. All right. So we, you can cut these panels out using regular paper cutter, because these are a little smaller than our master layouts. Or if you want to make your card a little bit bigger, you can use our master layouts die set. Do you know we have a new master layouts coming out for our August release?
I do now.
Yes. I can't wait to show everybody that one. I'm going to do a whole video on master layouts.
Master layouts.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not, because this is very crooked, but I did my... Give me a second.
Here, I'll do mine while you're...
I'm just going to go over here. Just give me a minute.
Here you go. All right. So I'm going to layer this together. It's hard when, I'm sorry, but I think it's hard to hand cut these sometimes. I really am enjoying the die set that cuts these perfectly. We do have more of those coming too. The Master Layouts 1. Okay, and then that's going to go onto my wild...
This is how I just stuck it together.
Oh, that's beautiful. Rina's struggling off to the side. You hear her complaining. So there we go. There's my finished part.
There's mine.
There we go.
You know what I think this could use? Do you have any crystalline drops for like right here?
Oh, I do. Or you could do crystals if you want. Ooh, all of our sequins they just got finished being produced, and they are on their way.
Maybe we
So
should
do you
show
wanna
some
do
crystals.
Okay, so do you want to do these? They're actual crystals.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
And
very much, yes.
Connect glue.
For sure.
Okay. And
How do I open this?
oh,
Should I just see?
no, wait. Wait. So this is a little container I bought. It's got a whole bunch of these in there, and you can fill it up. It's got a little lip here, and you just pull that up, and then they spill all over the place.
Of course.
So,
Okay, so I am first going to put all my Connect glue on because you have to let it get tacky.
there's different sizes.
We'll do 1, 3. Do one right there. All right, so I'm gonna let those dry a little bit. And
All
do you
right.
have one of the pick quick sticks or whatever? Oh, okay, this is it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
I
the
like
Marvy
this
jewel
one.
picker.
Okay, yes.
You don't have that, do you?
No, but I have a quick stick.
Oh,
which
yeah.
works.
Okay. So, they're upside down.
Cupboards.
Cupboard. Yeah.
Cupboards.
But these aren't sequins.
Oh, they're not?
No, these are jewels. These are
Oh, sorry.
crystals.
There we go.
Nice. So they're different sizes. Are you just going to randomly?
I'm
or are
probably
you doing-
gonna first put this like this.
Okay.
That might be important. Oh,
Are you stuck?
no, I got it. Just give it a little. Oh, teamwork.
Teamwork.
Yes.
There we go. You can slide them so they're straight.
This is why it's important to stamp with others.
There we go.
Okay.
It does take 2 people. No, it doesn't, though. It takes 2 people if it's Rina and I.
Yeah. We're a good team.
Oh, Patricia said you have pretty nails.
Oh, thank you. I did them today. I had my nails done earlier in the week, and then I decided to tone my mom's hair without gloves on, and they were destroyed.
They were pink.
My nails were not having the whole procedure. 2 of them broke off during it. Did you hear it crack while I was
I did.
washing your hair?
Getting stuck in my hair.
Yeah. I was just like, you know what? I think these have reached the end of their road. But these ones, I decided to actually make the same color, and I
that's
made it
really
TikTok.
pretty.
Push that one up a little bit. And the glue will dry clear, so you won't see it
Yeah.
anywhere.
That's beautiful. I think I want to put some of those on my card
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
So let me get in there and I'll put a few on. I like the really tiny ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll use some of those. Although it is nice to have like 3 different sizes. And there are 3 different sizes in here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there are 3 different sizes. There's a real big one, a medium one, and a little one. So I'm going to do one here. I always start and then go, wait, maybe I shouldn't have put one there.
I made a terrible mistake.
Yeah. I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to put one up here. Kind of like my 3s.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Do you need my
No, it's
Assistance?
dropping off
Okay,
pretty
whatever.
good. Well, this is like your one video where everything was going really good except the last one and you
Yeah.
couldn't get it off. So there are mine. Can you see that sparkle, Tom, on your screen?
I can.
Good. Okay. It's hard to see. We've got just a tiny little monitor where we really can't see very much.
What's the tool that picks up the jewels?
This is the Marvy Jewel Picker, and I did get confirmation that we've got, I don't know, like 60 of these on the way. So
Ooh.
we've got more coming in. They sell out really quickly. So put that on your notification list if you want one of those. All right, so there are our finished cards.
What are those gems?
These are the Angel Aura crystals, and they are on our site. Angel Aura rhinestones, I think they're called. Angel Aura, A-U-R-A. Put those back. All right. Oh, I can't close that. I always do that. So there are our finished cards, and somebody said from way back when I was a kid, there were Valley girls that always said, "Oh, for sure."
For sure.
Like for sure.
Like for sure. Yeah, like for sure.
We've shortened it. We
Yeah.
don't have the time for the like.
All right, so there's Rina's card and her beautiful flowers. They really turned out pretty. And here is my card and my flowers. So what's nice about these, especially, the color combinations that you can do with these are endless. So, look through your ink pads and see what you have. If you need color suggestions, I'm sure people in our Facebook group would be happy to share their favorite color combos for layered stamps, and you can use them without layered stamps by just using them this way on your solid stamps. Now, if you haven't joined our Facebook group is, you find it by searching Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends. And it's a great group. It is a private group. So, you do have to join, but our moderators are right on it and they approve people pretty quickly. We just like to make sure that who's joining is really a stamper, and we can kind of tell by what other groups you're in. And if you're not, we still let you in, but then we just watch to make sure you're not a what are they called? Trolls. We get trolls sometimes that join. We know you guys aren't, but we try to monitor to make sure nobody's bad in there. And then you can find all of our products over on our website at ginakdesigns.com. All right, so if you want to switch over to, hold on one second here, I just have to adjust something on this camera. Okay, so if you want to pull over to the front shot, here we are again, and Mishi's back. So it has been so fun tonight with you all, and again, thank you all so much for your well wishes about my little Teddy, our little Teddy, and we appreciate you. We appreciate your friendship, and we are so happy that you joined us here on the live. So I do have a final quote. There's a great book. I think you have this book, Rina. It's called The Prophet.
Yes.
And it's by Khalil Gibran. And it is absolutely one of my favorite books because anytime I'm struggling with anything, there is something in that book that helps me get through it. His sayings are just amazing. And the quotes and the different things that he talks about are just so thoughtful and so intelligent and really help me through hard times. So I found this quote about grief. And I think this is so true. When you are sorrowful, look again in your heart, and you shall see that in truth, you are weeping for that which has been your delight. So I'm going to remember Teddy with delight and happiness and all the good times that we shared. And I'm so thankful for all the good times that we share together. We'll be back on Wednesday. Tom and I will. I think you'll be busy on Wednesday.
Yes, I will be doing some kind of mannequin work.
Yes,
But kind of perm roller set or something. So I might not be there.
Misha has a lot of hair. Maybe you could do something to him.
Yeah, maybe.
He's got all these highlights too.
Nice uniform cut.
Yeah. So we will be back on Wednesday for Whimsical Wednesday. Until then, Please stay safe, stay healthy. We love you, and we'll see you again.
Wash
real
your
soon.
hands.
Yeah, wash your hands. We'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.